I'm happy that you've joined me today. We're going to do a little flow sequence and some deep stretches for hips and lower back. If you're new to yoga, weightlifter or not, I welcome you. If as a weightlifter, I'm sure that you stretch, and that's great. Keep that going. How is yoga different? Well, yoga is different in that we're going to incorporate your breath into the stretches, encouraging the body and the mind, the emotions, the thoughts, everything to be united in this present moment. That is going to be one of the key difference that can create a lot of healthy and helpful changes in the body, and may even help to find deeper levels of mobility and flexibility that you didn't think were possible just by using some yoga style techniques in your stretching habits. So what do you need? Well, really nothing special. I have a yoga mat. You could easily use a beach towel or a blanket or just on the carpet to kind of create some soft space for you. I have a pillow and a blanket nearby. Not needed, but maybe just things that could help you feel more comfortable as we go. So to get started, maybe seated as I am, sitting on my heels. Maybe you want to sit on a pillow, maybe cross-legged, sitting on a pillow or something can just raise your hips up a little bit and help your back to be more straight. No rights or wrongs, but let's just find a position first thing where you can breathe, begin to let your body settle, begin to find some relaxation. Just begin to notice. Noticing your breath, noticing the state that you're in emotionally, mentally, without trying to change it. Just start to take stock. Maybe eyes will come gently closed, but it's okay if they're open. Maybe just turn them down towards the earth or towards your hands to kind of keep your vision inwards. And just take a few moments to just breathe. And just to notice and recognize the state that you've turned up in today. And then with your next inhale, let's make it a little bit deeper. See if you can pull the air into the belly, up through the lungs, top of the chest, and then slowly exhale, emptying from the top to the bottom. Pull in the belly slightly, empty out the last little bit of air, and then fill again. Bottom, middle of the chest, top of the chest, and release, top to the bottom. Looking for 3 parts in that breath: belly, ribs, chest. Fill, and then we empty. Chest, ribs, belly, close in. Trying to keep the lips sealed, breathing in and out through the nose only. We're going to look to keep this 3-part breath rolling. Looking for 3 parts in every movement. We'll use this breath to guide your practice, guide the movements. So if you're not sitting on your heels, maybe transition to hands and knees, and then hips back towards the heels. Sink the arms out in front of you, the chest or the forehead or the chin to the mat. And this can be a resting posture. If anything feels too much, or you lose that 3-part breath, coming back here, your child's pose, your resting posture. feeling your breath, and then with your next inhale, travel the chest along the length of the mat between the fingertips. Hips come low, push the earth away, chest comes high, chin turns up. Maybe eyes can stay closed or look up to the ceiling. It's okay here maybe if elbows are bent or straight. Listen to your body. And then with your exhale, coming back onto hands and knees, make a little tabletop shape with your body. As you inhale the right leg, send it out to the side, send it out long. Feel it kind of stretch there. Maybe it slides along the ground. And with your exhale, sink back. Like the child's pose that we were in, but with the leg extended. Have a little play here just for a few breaths. Maybe the toe turns up or towards the earth. Just exploring sensation in your body. Always being okay that these positions can look different. Maybe for you, your hips are more up. Maybe the leg is closer in. Not that there's a right or a wrong. You're looking for where you can feel a stretch, where you can feel feeling, and you can keep that long, slow, deep breath. And with your next inhale, guide yourself forward. Take that leg, drag it behind you, extend it. Extend the left arm out in front as well. With your exhale, start to bend that leg, maybe reach back. Maybe it touches, maybe not, maybe it's more like this. And with your inhale, open, lift the head and the heart. If you have hold of that foot, you can use that foot into the hand to help open you and lift you. And then with your exhale, send the knee down to the earth and the hips sink back. Let's reset in that child's pose. Just a few breaths here. We'll take a few breaths in each position, and then eventually we'll start to flow through one movement to one breath. So with your inhale, once more, travel the chest along the mat between the thumbs. Push the earth away. Lift the chin up. Chest open. Face pointing upwards. If you want a bit more, maybe lifting the knees off of the earth. With our exhale, that tabletop. Knees under hips, hands underneath shoulders. Inhale the left leg this time. Comes out wide. And as you exhale, sinking back. A few breaths here just to explore. Maybe turn that toe up or down. And being okay that your body might look different. The shape might look different on you. With your inhale, we come center. Left leg extends out behind, right arm in front. Here, a little bit engagement in the belly. Use that balance. As you exhale, start to bend that knee. Maybe reach back for the foot. If it catches, great. If not, just open the head and the heart as you reach towards one another. Or if the hand finds the foot, kick into the hand to open up. And then as you exhale, back to your child's pose. Let's begin just to use that 3-part breath to guide the movements. Long, slow, deep breath. You can start to speed up, start to find those 3 parts again: belly, ribs, chest. And with your next inhale, let's go for it. 1 breath to 1 movement. Hang it out longer if you want to in any position, but let's start to flow through to your pace. Inhale, traveling forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, right leg extends out. Exhale, sinking back. Inhale, rising forward, right leg extends, left leg extends. Exhale, bend, maybe bind. Inhale to open. Exhale, child's pose. The inhales are generally opening and lifting you. The exhales closing you in. If you forget where you're going, that can be a guide. Here we go. Inhale, traveling forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, tabletop. Left leg this time, inhale it out. Exhale, sinking back. Inhale, leg extends, right hand extends. Exhale, see if we can bind. Inhale to open. Exhale, sinking back. Feel free to flow at your own pace. A couple more rounds. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, right leg extend. Exhale, sinking back. Inhale, flowing forward, right leg extends behind, left hand in front. Exhale, bind. Inhale, open. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, travel up, forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, sinking down and back. Inhale, travel forward, leg extends behind, right arm in front. Exhale, bind. Inhale, open. Exhale, sink back. Maybe just a couple more rounds to the rhythm of your own breathing. If something doesn't feel right for you, leave it out. If you want to be longer in one position or the other, feel free. Keeping that 3-part breath helps to guide your body nice and slowly through these. Aids the stretches. And lets your nervous system know, hey, it's okay to slow down right now. It's okay to stop and repair, rest and digest. Maybe just one more round on right and left. Finishing up the side that you're on, and then maybe taking a few moments in that child's pose. And explore a bit here. Before we move on, you might cross an arm underneath. Feel a shoulder stretch, maybe with the hips lifted or the hips down and back. It might feel good to have the hands behind you. If the arm is crossed underneath, maybe try the other one for a little bit. Switch sides. Stay with that breath. And maybe you'd like to try, before we move on, to some deeper hip stretches, a really good shoulder opener. Bring the hands behind the tailbone and bind them. Roll up onto the crown of your head. Start to bring those arms up and over. Just breathe into the shoulders. It's okay if they only lift away a little bit, maybe a lot. Maybe they even reach towards the ground behind you. A few breaths there. And then release. We'll move from that little flow into some yin style postures. Yin yoga means the less active form, less active in terms of body movements, but the mind, there's still lots of work to do there. So we'll find a position, we'll get our bodies into it, so where we can find a stretch, find some sensation, maybe some discomfort, but no pain, and aim to just stay with your awareness on your breath, just breath to breath. The mind might be busy, it might want to do all kinds of things, plan and worry. It might find it difficult to stay with the sensation, but we'll just stay breath to breath. So maybe start with your hands behind your hips, feet planted, knees in the air. We just start to windshield wiper those knees side to side, releasing side to side. And then when you're ready, we'll let those legs, both the knees, fall over to the right. Make sure your feet are wide enough so that the right foot is pretty much coming towards the left knee. I'm going to get my pillow a little bit close to help me. And right here, you might be having plenty of sensation. Maybe this is it for you. Maybe just trying to be tall and feeling that hip opening. Or maybe what can happen is you take the left hand and start to reach around by the right hip, turning towards the back of the mat. And maybe that will be enough. You should feel a sensation in that left hip and the back side of that right hip, so your lower back opening. Or maybe we can walk the forearms down to the mat. Maybe even the whole chest can come flat to the mat. Now again, the shape might look different on you, but the general principles are that the legs are about at 90 degrees. The right foot on that left knee. And whether your chest comes down or not, trying to turn that body towards the back and the chest down towards the floor. And then just stay here, breath to breath. Trying not to let your mind move beyond the present moment. And then use that breath to help soften the easy areas first. Start with your face. Soften your forehead. The muscles around your eyes, let them go. Unhinge your jaw, let your teeth just gently separate. If there's any tension in the neck, let that ease. The shoulders too, if they're pulled up towards the ears, Let them come down away from the ears, release. Even thinking about fingertips and toes, areas that don't need any tension. Breathe into them, let them go. And you're letting your body know that it's okay to sit in this discomfort. It's okay to find this stretch. And slowly over time, your body will release. See if you can breathe towards an area where you feel a stretch or you feel tightness or resistance or discomfort. Send the breath around that area. Don't demand that it let go, but just let your breath surround the sensation. Maybe just melting it away, just around the edges, like something dissolving. Just a few more breaths here. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly begin to move. No rushing. Building up onto your forearms first. Maybe taking a little second here and there to pause. Rising up, slowly untwisting. And coming back to center. Maybe roll the neck a bit. Maybe open the chest or close in. We'll get ready for the other side. Feet about as wide as your mat. Maybe find those windshield wipers once more, side to side. Eventually, falling to the left. The right knee, round about on the left foot. Might be some variation depending on your body. Just being tall, first of all, just feel what you can feel. I'm going to start to ease around towards the left. Once again, this might be enough. It might be different on each side. This is maybe where you want to stay. Or maybe we can turn the chest even more and get those forearms close to the earth. Maybe even easing the chest down. Feel the sensation on the sort of left hip flexor area, the back, the twist, as well as the hips kind of being stretched out in two directions. And once more, just rely on your breath. Moment by moment, just feeling and thinking about the breath. Nothing else. You might find you can get in a few millimeters deeper into the posture here or there as you breathe. And once more, softening the easy areas first. before sending that breath to the areas where there's tension, where there's difficulty. You notice as you sit in these positions for longer how things rear up in your thoughts, in the mind. The more still you become, the more clear we can see the kinds of things we might be dealing with in our thoughts, the nature of our mind. Just allow yourself to observe. It's not the time to argue with it, battle with it, find an answer, a solution. Just to notice, okay, that's where I'm at. That's what it is. And then on to the next breath. Just 2 or 3 more breaths here. And then take an inhale. And as you exhale, in slow motion once more, building up. Maybe just onto forearms and stop for a moment. Slowly untwisting, unwinding. In your own time coming to center. And just opening up through the spine. You can push the ground away, lift the heart. Maybe round and tuck. We didn't do any downward facing dog. Let's find a really good hamstring opener for today. Maybe something to kind of lean on that can help, or something under the hips. Options you don't need. I'm going to take the feet wide as they can go. And so what we might find is, if it's really hard to come forward, the spine is leant back, it might feel good to sit onto something that can help the hips to tip forward a little bit so we can get those hamstrings stretched. Another thing that you might use these for is somewhere soft to land, or even propping the pillow up so the head can come down on it. But first, just get those feet wide. Decide if you need something under the hips and go for it if you need that. And maybe using the hands behind those hips, purposely make your spine nice and long and push forward a little bit, just to imagine the pelvis, the hip bones rotating forward. So yes, the spine will bend eventually, but we want to initiate the stretch by rotating the hips forward from the pelvis coming forward. So first, be nice and tall, maybe help to push, maybe feel what it's going to be like to push forward with those hands. Then have an inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, begin to walk those hands forward. Maybe they come to forearms. Maybe you're on your hands. Wherever you are, once more, just begin to melt. Use your breath. Shoulders away from the ears. Soften through fingers and toes. Let your facial muscles release. Go to where you feel a sensation, a stretch down those hamstrings. And then your job is just to ride out breath to breath. One of the ancient definitions of yoga is that yoga is the cessation, the fluctuations, the variations in the mind. So as you sit here and try not to move, not try to wiggle, try not to engage in your thoughts, discovering a deeper awareness of yourself. Maybe discovering how jumpy and varied and difficult that mind can be. And that's a good thing. That's not because of the stillness now that you're noticing that. It's because we've just taken a moment to pause, try and ask the nervous system to release. And so just notice, and then use your breath. Give a point that you can just focus on, and slowly the mind will still. Slowly the body will release. Maybe you find you can get into the position a little bit deeper. Go for it if that's the case. Explore what's there. Just a few more breaths in this position. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to walk the hands back slow, slow, slow. And before you move anything, just sit and notice. Breathe. And then with care and attention, start to move those legs a little bit closer. You can use your hands to help you. I'm going to settle into one last deep hip opener. For this one, sometimes patting under the knees really helps. If you have a mat, I like to roll it up a couple times just to create a little bit of extra cushion there. You could also use a towel or a blanket. What I sometimes like to do is I don't like the feeling of my ankle bones on the ground, so I put the blanket behind just to cushion those ankles out a little bit. I don't feel those bony parts into the earth. So get yourself onto your hands and knees, and then we're going to take the knees as wide as they can go. Again, could look different for you. Could look different for anyone. So don't compare. Just think, is that as wide as my knees can go? And then once you get there, bringing the ankles in line with those knees and the feet pointing outwards. So sometimes initially we have the feet pointing inwards. Go ahead and point those toes outwards. The heels, the ankles are in a line with those knees. And right away, might be feeling something there. That's a good thing. Grab hold of that breath and know that it will release. Maybe push the hips back just slightly a little bit so they're not coming forward too much, and we can feel how the hips begin to open. And then gently see if we can bring forearms down to the earth. Maybe here you want to use a pillow to rest on, elbows, or your body. And just start to ease yourself down, breath by breath. Breathing into that intense stretch that you feel in the hips. Just allowing gravity to pull you down. When we slow the breathing down, so many things are signaled in the body. Parts of our nervous system that are shut down, turned off. When we're very busy, we're very active. Now you're sending signals to turn back on. And with those signals comes a whole range of healing activities in your body, a whole host of hormonal reactions get set off that not only just heal the tissues, but encourage sleep and good digestion, and even a sort of openness of heart that helps our relationships and even our attitude towards ourselves. So just keep that long, slow, deep breathing, even with the intense sensation. Once again, just reminding your body that you can be in discomfort and still be very relaxed, and we can let go. As opposed to when we're doing this simple stretching, really working with your mental approach here, seeing how you can calm and center with just the power of your breath. Maybe just 5 more really slow, deep breaths here. And I'm using so much slow motion to get out. Maybe first just kind of turning those toes in and gently building up onto elbows. Pausing here and there, not rushing in any way. And then slowly guiding one knee closer and the other. Really can't be in a rush. The mat is rolled up. Go ahead and roll it out. And let's find one final position just to Help everything settle in and integrate before you move on with your day. Extend those feet, the corners of your mat, or at least out maybe hip distance, maybe a little bit wider. Guide yourself down onto your back. Palms facing up. Allow your eyes to close. Let your whole body sink into the earth beneath you. Have a few moments of just you and your breath and your awareness here on your mat. And take an inhale and reach the arms up overhead. Stretch long. Begin to wiggle hips and roll the ankles and wrists. Maybe take those knees in close to your chest. Give them a very big hug. You rock side to side, just massaging lower back, or make little circles with those knees. Then maybe just roll onto one side or the other. Rest for just a moment there before using your hands to push up. And once more, find a seated position. Maybe allow your eyes to close for a moment and appreciate the time that you spent on yourself, the time that you dedicated to become more open, more aware, more flexible mentally and physically. If it feels good to you, bring your hands in front of your heart. And the light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that it was a good experience for you. Let me know what it was like in the comments. Let me know any things that you would like covered in future videos. And until I see you next time, I wish you well.